Hello, welcome back, and we're going to do another game in alphabetical order. We're still trying to get to all this stuff on Steam. I'll explain why in another video. Today we're going to do this demo, Mrak. Immerse yourself in an alternate 2003 Hokkaido where technology, politics and criminal intrigue intertwine in the shadows. Use stealth, weapons and the environment to your advantage to survive in a world where someone is pulling the strings behind every move. This is done by a Russian indie developer who goes under the pseudonym Bree. So what I can understand is we're taking something called Zenitrax, which is nanotechnology. But the game sort of rejects us and tries to return us, but we're not returning back to reality, and we sort of come back to reality, but it affects our neurological, as you can see. This is what we're going to look like. I'm going to have to open up the door or this guy doesn't shut up. Finally awake. Took you long enough. Your last chance. Your debts are now ours. Terms are simple. Look under your feet. And welcome to the program. Climb to the roof, become part of something bigger. Don't know if that's supposed to be code. The developer has put a few codes in here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm going to splice this up. So this is a demo. You can only play level 1. The game is supposed to be 5 levels all up. That's just looks like asset. I like this artistic style. This looks pretty cool when you're using the water. It does sort of flip around. So as I said, we seem to have been rejected and returned back to reality, but we still got the nanotechnology inside our head. This is the computer from which we grab the stuff. That's Zenitrax there. A note. Basically it's just saying we have an outstanding debt. I don't know how much that is in Russian. And we got to pay it off. Now the developer said he's not making any political statements or anything else, and I find it a little bit weird that he chose this. It is an FPS shooter. Oh look, we can damage our lungs. Actually, I wonder if we can light that up. Let me just check. Haven't checked this yet. No, we can't. Okay. I have talked to the developer about a few things. One secret is you can actually cook meat. So if you get the saucepan out and put I discovered this myself, and put it on the stove, and you can put meat on this stove. The vodka cans are health. Oops. If it only touches the floor for 3 seconds, it's still okay. Cooking is so hard. Oh, there we go. Apparently in the game it's supposed to dissolve and give you perks. That's the idea of it. That's why the developer put it in there. But I'm going to splice this walkthrough up of this demo by cutting back and forth to various comments that people have made, just to put things in better context. So it's an FPS, supposed to be stealth as well, but look, you can do it stealth. I've done this whole game without only killing one person. I'm assuming you are killing the people in reality, or we might still be in the game, in which it doesn't matter if we're killing people. I'm not sure whether we are or not. The developer wanted to just do this because he thought it was so cool, the idea of having a blending between Hokkaido, which is the second largest in Japan. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. And These are from Kigishu. Screwed everything up again. Set up their equipment and blocked the staircase with trash and servers. I can't even leave my house. What the hell is this? Who left this mess here? Sort it out properly or I can't leave. You can also talk to the guy who... Who's that? You? What are you doing here? Are you too stupid to follow instructions? You're still here. Get there. Out of here. That's funny because later on he says, stop ringing me, stop ringing my doorbell or something. I said to the developer, I wish I had a grenade that I could blow the door open and find out what's in his room. That would be an awesome, because you can actually blow some doors open with grenades. This teaches you the shift and control mechanics. And V, you can karate kick. And this is where the game really starts. We're in 2003. Made it to the roof. Not bad. When you're done tomorrow in the view, take a look at the table in front of you. It's got all the info on your job. Definitely not a phone call kind of deal. See ya. If there are any problems, call 99999T and stop ringing my... And you can call 999. That's health. This tells us who we are supposed to kill. Born in Sapporo to a music teacher and an electrician, he has been interested in technology and music since childhood. Thanks to his skills, music helps him concentrate, which is why he never removes his stuff. This is memo. Just again, target is bald, wears glasses, etc. And this is our gun, a PB silent pistol. This talks about how we are in the ribbon program. This is the ribbon program, and this gives us full payment of debt by killing people inside game. I don't know. I'm not really understanding Panasonic over there. This is supposed to be the Hokkaido skyline. So a guy in Steam says, hi, hello, I want to start off by saying that this is a very interesting demo, and though I have not gone through all of it yet, one question seemed to pop up in my head constantly. Why is this game set in Japan? From what I can recall, the name of the game is Russian. The weapon the protag starts with is Russian. The enemies look like Russian Spetsnaz. They carry VSK K94 rifles. Some of the buildings have Russian letters on them. Personika is Russified. Even the apartments almost resemble the Korosh. I can't even say. News articles are almost all Russian. The developer replies, hi, thanks for your question. The game is set in the alternate history Hokkaido, which became part of Russia in the mid-20th century. If you mean that there are not enough Japanese elements, then this is only the first location of the game, and in the future more lore of the game is planned to be revealed. And that's why the developer made it. He just wanted to... No one's done it yet. He said where Hokkaido, imagine it having been assimilated or taken over by Russia, and he wanted to blend that Hokkaido and Russian influence as if Russia had taken over the second largest island in Japan. Now this is if you press tab, you can press 715, and what I can understand is you hear a Russian and then you'll hear maybe a Japanese. Now, it's not a phone call. The developer explained to me that it's actually the phone number of a Russian YouTuber. The notes don't work properly. You can't scroll back forth through the notes, they just go backwards. I believe the developer has fixed this since making this video. So this is the Russian YouTuber that he's hinting towards here Must be one of his favorite YouTubes. I'm kind of surprised that the developer made this with the war going on, and I would have probably thought more stealth and no kill or something like that. But the stealth element, well, look, it's pretty much useless because these guys are always where you need to read notes, so you kind of have to kill them. Having said that, what the heck is going on with these bullets? And don't change that. This guy's glitching out all over the place. It's quite funny when you kill him. I prefer that sort of nonsensical. I wish they weren't sitting around here, so you get rid of that. But as I said, it's not really stealth. Or stealth is ruined by the fact that everywhere you need to go to read notes, they are just standing there. You can't stealth past them. They get alerted to your presence. But you could stealth the game without reading the notes. Sapporo, March 15, 2003. The city authorised and scientists of the Eastern Technical Zone have announced the upcoming launch of Smart City project equipment for the system. Will begin to be installed on the rooftop buildings. The project includes intelligent traffic lights, automated energy management, fault prediction, and a system for monitoring and alerting law enforcement agencies. Now, he's very openly stated he isn't making any political statement or anything along those lines, but it does appear maybe a little bit of a message is bleeding through that this total lack of freedom and having everything monitored is sort of part of Russia taking over with hostile takeover, assimilation. So if we go to the other side, there's 3 engineers all up. You can double jump. And basically you're only allowed, or you can kill 1 without it affecting. I'm just going to press tab and just vodka myself up. But I'm coming over here. I'm going to show you everything's on offer in this demo. Just going to have to kill these guys. Nearly dying here. Run out. Got a mouse scroll. There we go. Okay. 64 health. With guns, I find if you just swap the gun, if you're running out, is better. So if we actually load this one up, this phone call, we get a very long phone call. And from what I can tell, this is based on a Russian meme, song meme. Hello, yes. So how's the money? Huh? How's the money there? What's with the money? What? Where are you calling? Calling you? To whom? To you. To whom you? To you, that's who. Who are you? Mikhail Palich. Which Mikhail Palich? Taranchev. Don't know such. You got the wrong number, friend. Who? You. What's with the money? What money? The ones I invested in the capital. Where? Into the subsistence minimum capital. Are you drunk or what, son? I'm Mikhail You're drunk. Exactly, that's it. Tighten your strap, damn it. Where? What to tighten? Tighten the strap. Why are you yelling? Nothing. Hello? Yes. So what's up? What? How's the money situation? What money? The one I invested in the capital. Which capital? Of subsistence minimum. Which one? What do you mean? Which one? Where are you calling? What number are you calling from? Your number. You, son? What? Where are you calling? Why are you yelling? What phone number are you calling from? 22-505. And it hangs up. And I believe that this is Father and Sons by Hin. The lyrics translate to basically exactly that conversation. I don't get it. I think the jokes are lost in translation. But anyway, this is the engineer. Now, it's better if you use the A and D buttons when talking to this. If you use the mouse button, you're probably going to shoot him dead. You can shoot him dead. It won't stop your game, but if you want him to live, use A and D buttons talking to him. He just basically says, leave me alone. Okay, so that's basically about it here. We need to go all the way back, and now we're back at the start again with the table. Now we're going to go on to the other side. You got some goodies on the side here. Pick those up. If your inventory is full, just drink a few things. Get your health back up to 100. Okay, so to continue on, we'll need to go down. We basically need to go over to this building over here. I believe this is based on Hokkaido skyline. Might even be literal. Not sure about that, but we'll talk about why that might be the case. This is my favorite part of the game. What I think's missing here is there should be a dead body underneath. Like, that would just speak mountains. Just like they've just left him there. They haven't even bothered picking it up or anything. They've just, yep, too hard. I don't know. I just feel like there should be something there. So we're going to come up to here to where there's more soldiers. We are going to take these soldiers out now. One thing you do have to watch out is each of the soldiers can throw grenades, and they can also call a helicopter. I'm down to 6% health, so that shows you how easy it is to die here. Now, you don't need to come up here, but if you're going to do stealth, you can go around where that radio was and just keep walking around. We'll go back there. There we go. Now, I'm going to play it safe, and I'm just going to just having a look, making sure there's no soldiers around. I'm just going to go over here and just pick them up off from a distance. This gun will reach them. Don't think there's any soldiers. Okay, so we're looking at that building over there. They can hit you, but they don't do much damage. And that will stop them from ringing the alarm. That's the main thing. You don't want them to ring alarms. And that was it. So that was easy. I do like I did not like this game at first because I had no idea what was going on. It sort of just throws you straight into it. But it's really grown on me, and I will definitely be getting it if to check it out. I'm really interested in what the developer makes of I'm interested to see this blend between Russia and Japanese. So you just jump over here. There we go. It's automatic saves as well. The only problem is the automatic saves can happen if you're falling down the side of a building, and that the developer hasn't fixed yet. So we want to lift this up. The forklift's battery burned out again. The technician near the antenna has a new one. Find it yourself. I'm done. And seriously, who the hell thought it was a good idea to put something near the warehouse? If you put the wrong battery in the forklift, it tends to explode too. Is it 4 or 5? I think there's 4 batteries. You got to make sure you put this one in that I'm collecting now. This is second engineer. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Did you see that? Call someone. We were installing. You shouldn't be here. Leave. Whatever. So you need to put this battery here in the forklift. Now on top of the roof is where I'm here is a coder, an SSTV encoder. I'll show you that later on. It hasn't spawned in yet. So we just take the battery out. That's what the battery looks like. Take that out, just drop it on the ground, pick it up, and put it in the thing. There we go. And that lifts up the forklift. That's pretty cool. The problem is it doesn't save that way. So once you've gone past there, the forklift will be down if you die. And it's really hard to get back. It's annoying. Now you can actually walk around the side of that that fence if you want to stealth it, and you won't ever have to come across anyone. This is such an aggravating side of the building to climb up. I cannot even stress this. I've edited it out because I died so many times. And as I said, if you fall down, sometimes the game will save while you're falling down through the save point. So next time you spawn in, you're just appearing in midair and you fall down to your death instantly. So yeah, really annoying. So I'm just flying up here. Oh, there's the guy, and I have to kill this one. There might be a second one here. I've had sometimes two guards spawn here. So the spawn rate seems to be different per game as well. That's the end door that you need to go through. Can't find anyone, so okay, we're going to continue on. Oh, you might be able to move that box and jump up that way, and then go down the vent system and throw a grenade. Might be how you can stealth it. You can't just run in there and shoot the guy that you need to and run out. So I'm just filling myself up. I'm just going to take these two guys out so that I've got time and I can explain all the different secrets to you. Okay, so they're all dead. Down to 15% health again. Now, I say that this is a first-person shooter, but Level 2 is going to be all Guitar Hero, apparently, so it's, yeah, very unusual. So basically this is just saying I need to copy whatever's showing on the screen, type it out. So I type out hatnet, type out incognito. I've only got a certain amount of time and I can't make any mistakes. Turn out hardline, and boom, I've had it. So it wasn't not too hard. This is the guy that we need to shoot, who looks nothing like his photo. So apparently he's in a nano machine as well. So maybe we're not in reality. Maybe we are in the game, but sort of half in the game, half out. I don't know. Now you can also hack computers, and we have to type this. This will give us everything on the computer, and then we type cat. Apparently this is according to Unix. And that basically just gives us a whole list of songs. This is the only computer you can hack. All the other computers that you can hack, there's not any law or anything. Maybe the developer just hasn't added it in there yet. But interestingly, I think he intends to, but this gives us a date of the 3rd of the 9th, 2003. So if we come back here, we can get a special gun. It's a much more powerful gun. I want that because I've got still full ammo there. And just grab the box and drop it down here, and we're going to go up the vent system. So as I said, if you're doing stealth, you can actually come down this vent system, throw a grenade below that door open, and kill the guy, and then just run to the end door. Is how you have to stealth it. It would be cool if you could get the enemies to kill him instead and kill no one at all. But as I said, the game's not really designed for stealth in that way. Just gonna kill these guys. Using the Magnum. 3 bullets. Have to swap to this one. There you go. Down. Playing careful, don't want to die. There we go, all done. Okay, so that's pretty much nearly everyone dead. Over here is another secret. We got more people down there as well. Haven't done those yet. This is TV. Of a weathercast of some sort. And then it's sort of I don't know what it's trying to say, but it turns to space for some reason if you wait long enough. There you go. It turns to our universe for some reason, highlighting the planets. Okay, a bit weird. I have no idea, and then I don't even know what that was. Grab those. Okay, so if we go back now, I semi-accidentally found a terminal with a QR code on it. Scanning the code took me to a web page with a set of coordinates that I punched into Google Maps, leading me to an actual skyscraper in Hokkaido, Japan. Is the implication that the first level is based off the actual skyline of that region? Aside from that, there was a bit of text saying that the page was loading something, but nothing came of it, so I assume it was just visual flair. Maybe it'll change when the game releases, I don't know. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to leave the QR code area. When I got there, there was a bridge section below I thought I had to jump to, but I couldn't jump high enough to access the footholds to climb back out of it once I dropped down. I saw there was also a ramp on one side, so I tried getting a running start to slide off it, but I couldn't get enough momentum to land on another rooftop. I ended up having to restart the demo, and he says yes, I haven't made a way back from that. He doesn't say if it's the actual skyline or not, so we're just going to go to that area now. Now it is going to change color because I need to kill this guy first, but I will end up shooting the bad guy before jumping over there because I can't get back, and I'll explain about that later. So as you can see, it's all white now, but the same principle applies. You just jump over. The world has turned white. This is the QR code. This QR code doesn't exist anymore in the demo. Apparently his webpage linking that has gone down. But that's what the guy's talking about. Okay, so now we're on the other side where I said there were still people that we need to kill. Well, the best way of getting over there, if you're over here, is to jump on this. That's a bit... Sorry. It glitched out. So there's a soldier here. Oh, somebody pressed the alarm. Okay, you're going to see the chopper. So the chopper flies in and sort of brings someone a lot harder with a shotgun that can just kill you. Sort of like a Payday 2 sort of thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the head just goes zoom. Alright, so this is... You can actually blow these things up and stop them from pressing those two. Just want to show you that. So these are the last two people I need to kill. Now we're in the area where the SSTV encoder needs to go. So slowly bring the signal source, a portable radio, to this area, and it will show you a code. Today marks 40 years since the 1963 Winter Olympic Games, which became a symbol of friendship and progress. It was then that Sapporo first showed the world what Hokkaido is capable of. Now the city is on the brink of change again. Next month, the installation of equipment for the smart city systems, which is all the antennas they're sticking up around. There's another battery. As I said, there's 4 of them. I asked the developer, portable radio emits SSTV signals. You can decode them yourself with the right software, or grab it and place near the radio in the building on the right hand side of the target building with hieroglyphs. The radios will serve as secrets in the full game. You found it already as the room with the plexiglass and weapon under it. I'm currently working on bugs with notes and non-stop signal. Hope to release an update within days. So I accidentally found what... So an slow scan television signal is basically will send a sort of like a Morse code on a 3 kilowatts of bandwidth, and the encoder and decoder, the encoder, which is this thing here, it sounds like that. That's really annoying. So apparently you gotta put it near the radio and just leave it there for about 30 seconds, and a picture will show up on the TV screen, I believe, as the decoder is inside the game. Or you can, if you have an encoder and decoder, you can do it yourself, and it will show you a picture of this building which I'm coming across, where there's a specialized weapon. I found all this out myself. So this weapon, the battery will not spawn in until you get to the radio. Hence also the decoder won't actually spawn until you get to that radio as well. So if you come to this building and come around the side, and suddenly there will be a battery on the floor here. You put that battery in, no other battery. Ugh. Hopefully I'll pick the right battery. I've got 3 of them now. I think it was that one. If I don't, the machine might explode. Okay, jump in. So a lot of work's gone into this game. The guys put some SSTV encoder decoder programs into the game. He's put quite a few memes and all sorts of things, but the whole game is basically just this blending of Hokkaido and Russia, since no one has done it before, and he wanted to be the first. Now this area is also bugged. It will slow down as soon as I approach. I can't help that, sorry. That seems to be a problem in the game itself. But if you sort of V, I'm trying to get to break this weapon. There we go. Broke the weapon. Now I can actually grab that. So there we go. Grabbed it. And you can hack this computer, but there's nothing really on there. I will just show you that while I'm there. This one just talks about nothing really interesting. None of the notes really talk about anything interesting. They pretty much just state the same thing over and over again. So this gives us an MS9, but you can't unlock any MS9. You can break this window too. There we go. I can just go around breaking everything. This gives us a library room. This one just talks about the weapon that we just grabbed. That their manager is a old World War II weapon enthusiast, and it's a loaded weapon. Probably the funny part. You can hack this computer, but there's nothing on it. A plate. Sapporo. Oops. So that's basically what happens if you make a mistake. You just have to wait till it times out again, and then no alarm goes off or anything. Electropulse. Let's try this again. So spyware. At least the words, as you can see, and hatnet. Well, I got 4 seconds. There we go. And nothing. Nothing. There's nothing to read on it. What was the point of hacking it? Over here, you might not. Some people miss the fact that there's more computers. There's some goodies under here you can grab. But my ammo's full. You break the vent, go down to the lower levels. There's missing a lot of lore. I think he really needs to add a lot of lore, a lot more lore than to make the game that more interesting. The problem is he isn't really making any statements for the game as well. So it's great. It looks fantastic. But the experience is rather trivial because there's no meaningful message being portrayed through. If there is, he's being on the coy, which I would understand since Russia has cracked down on a lot of messages coming across. I think it's a lot more social media platforms and other things they're monitoring now. So I do understand if he's being very cautious. Exclamation mark in this context means a logical not operation, as it does in most programming languages. Mrak is translated from Russia as darkness or murk, so the name implies something like anti-dark or inverted dark. That's why the colors invert when you kill the target or kill a target, and that's what's happening. So I'm going to finish the game now. I'm going to kill the target because that's pretty much it, and you will see that everything will go white and invert. We get contacted. You're not that hopeless after all. If you forgot, the next stop is the elevator in the building with 4 antennas. You'll get new instructions after going down, and I'm handing you over to our lovely Yasu. Farewell. You can just run over there. Sometimes they will, if you haven't killed anyone, if there's people still around on this building, they will sound off the alarm, and the helicopter that comes down here, that guy is so hardcore, it's crazy. So yeah, now this door will be open to us. We can actually just run in there. Pretty safe. So this has been really interesting. It's a successful demo. It's grabbed my intrigue. I can't wait to see what else the developer has planned. Just going to down. There's a little bit more before we finish. So we've gone back to the black. That naturally happens. Okay, net. There are some secrets in this one. So if you actually lift up all these crates and again go into the vent system. Not sure what that's for. Is there any? No. I was wondering if there was any secrets on that crates over there. Alright, now we can get in. Let's smash the vent down. Got some food. They buried the hatch with crates. I yelled, they didn't hear. Had some beer, canned stew, idiot, slipped down, legs busted, dark, dry, so dry. If you find this, tell them I didn't run. I just didn't make it out. Which doesn't make any sense because you're not really in the game, are you? Or maybe you are. Maybe you've transported. I don't understand. It's like Observer System Reduxo with their nanos technology. So I am interested to find out, are we really in the game? Are we not in the game? You can hack this computer. Again, nothing really is of it. Get that chair out of the way. Scout. And normally fire. Oh, made another mistake. Sorry. Have to wait 6 whole seconds. Damn it. Okay. Nanofab. Subterfuge. Data jack. Nexus. And I like the fact that this developer is pretty open about everything. He does respond. I think the latest he took was about a day to respond to a message. So, and I don't get the same ego rubbish I have from other developers in the past. This Russian developer seems pretty legit, to tell you the truth. And that's it. That's the 1 out of 5 levels that's on available. The game design Roman Borisov. Borisov Roman. Bowman Rorosov. Basically, he did everything. He did the majority of it. So, he makes fun of his own name. So, I'll look at the developer at the end of this, Roman Borisov. You're probably wondering, well, why does he take the pseudonym of Brie? And maybe that's the skyline of Hokkaido. Not sure. It'd be interesting. Or is that just a made-up skyline? It'd be so cool if that was the real skyline of Hokkaido. I really look forward to more Japanese Russian blend. It will be very interesting because Japanese they're all into gardens, and that's missing here. You've got the Russian sort of with the antenna monitoring and everything else, but it's just lacking the Japanese sort of culture side of things. Alright, so this is what we get a snippet from his Twitter on what level 2 will look like. As I said, Guitar Hero. Which I thought really weird. I thought, why? And we got some sort of Payday 2 sort of thing where You get to interact with characters, break into what might be a nightclub, but you can also scare the civs with your gun. This just gives me Payday 2 vibes. Why the studio name of Brie? The word doesn't exist in Russian. Yeah, this is an abbreviation from my name, surname, and patronymic. Let's see if we can get a maybe a picture. Okay, so this is a picture from, I think, maybe his doorbell. That's some nightmare stuff. Oh, there's got to be better stuff than. Okay, so this is him playing. Wow, that is cool. Very talented. But he needs more rainbows and kittens in his life or something. I don't know. Well, I enjoyed it. I'll definitely get it. Until next time. Bye for now.